Hello, IK here. Welcome to JavaScript Engine. Uh, for example, my application, this CRUD, simple application CRUD, uh, there is about 100 JavaScript statements. And in virtual machine instructions would be 100,000 instructions. And in assembly instructions would be 1 million instructions. And in machine language instruction, for example, 30 million language instructions. And we can write compiler from here, from 100, from high level, to machine language, to assembly. To assembly, for example. And it is a big job for every kind of hardware separately. Because of that, there is a virtual machine instructions together for all hardware. And from virtual machine instructions to assembly, we have a separate different code for every hardware, because every hardware is unique assembly language, unique assembler program. And it is it is the reason why we have a virtual machine language. Virtual machine instructions is writing C++. Who write it? Virtual machine instructions. Virtual machine instructions and completely other part to conversion in assembly and assembly go in machine language. All that together, who take care about that? Who work it? Here it is. Okay, we have React Redux application in JS6, JavaScript extension. A JavaScript engine is a C++ application. And of course, application must have compiler C++. And that JavaScript engine, I call it virtual machine builder. Virtual machine builder. And next virtual machine for JavaScript application is also in C++. It means that virtual machine builder application with compiler, waiting for every JavaScript application and also React Redux application, and build JavaScript engine, build a virtual machine for concretely JavaScript application, and build it dynamical. Don't build a complete virtual machine for all. No, dynamical, it means begin with virtual machine and in time sharing and how else create immediately machine language, assembler and machine language, and it is fast, dynamical, but when we look at it, it must be first virtual machine for that concretely JavaScript application. Because virtual machine, it is compiler JavaScript. And that compiler go dynamically to assembler to machine language. Okay, who built it? Built virtual machine builder. And you look at it, there's a lot of C++, excellent language for that job. And uh, JavaScript engine developer is that profile work create work coding JavaScript engine. JavaScript engine, and of course, JavaScript engine must build virtual machine for JavaScript application. And assembler for JavaScript application in assembly language, virtual machine is, we see 100 JavaScript statement here. Here. In a virtual machine, it would be 100,000 instructions. And it is step by step go to machine language. Machine language would be 3 million instruction. And because of that, we have a virtual machine. A virtual machine is together for all hardware, and the difference is only translation virtual machine in assembly. Because assembly, every hardware, there is a oven assembly. And we must virtual machine translate in assembly. In assembly language, in assembler. And assembler go to machine language, and machine language go to processor. Machine language is one-to-one language. It is first level of software in contact with the hardware. It is 1010. It is real in instructions, and it is a real switch on, switch off switches in processor. Okay. Here it is wider image. Browser address. In address we call address. We enter address of our React Redux application. That address, visible or not visible, there is index.html, because the browser and web server communicate. It is technology of web browser, web server. But we can say, okay, we have not a web server, but we have Node.js server. Yes, okay, but Node must emulate a web technology and must emulate web technology, web client and web server, because Node server or React Redux application realized in browser, and browser is web technology, and React application produce produce a document object model server. It is document object model is in browser, but must be web server for communication that browser with. And it is in begin, index.html. For that layer, we have index.html, not JX, because browser cannot read index.js. Browser can read index.html, but index.html call index.js and start loading and processing JavaScript program in browser. And that means that a JavaScript engine, it is application in C++, application with compiler, And that application with compiler received JavaScript application and build virtual machine code, also in C++, and that virtual machine must go in translate it in assembler in machine language. It is process and manage JavaScript engine, that C++ application with compiler, and that application now build virtual machine language and the now process to virtual machine language to assembler and assembler in machine language. It is image. It is we can visualize that numbers, 100 instruction JavaScript to 3 million instructions in machine language, and that process is fast, dynamic. Engine build virtual machine, and also translate virtual machine in assembler. Assembler translate in machine language, and machine language go to hardware. It is environment for JavaScript engine developer. It is engine, JavaScript engine domain of working developers and all others. It is that people work in browser section in a big company like Google and others. It's all for this video. Thank you for watching this video.